What's going on, Team Lethal fans? It's Joe here with Lethal Performance. Today, we're gonna have a little bit of an informational video here. We are gonna be talking about the differences between all of the different clutch kits for the various different generations of Coyote-Powered Mustangs, including the latest generation of Coyote-Powered Mustang, the S650. Now, to help give you guys a better visual breakdown of the differences between each generation of clutch kit, we have our lineup of LPX HD clutches right out here in front of me on the table for each of the different variations that you can get or that you have to get for whichever Mustang you have. Now, before we get into all the aftermarket goodies, let's go ahead and give you guys a history on all of the OE components that originally came in your Mustang from the factory. Starting things off with the Gen 1 and Gen 2 cars, so we're talking the 2011 all the way up to 2017, you guys utilize the same exact clutch and flywheel for all of the cars there as long as you have a Mustang GT. Now, the Boss 302s technically still do have a very similar clutch. There is a slight change in the part number, so it is technically a little bit of a different clutch and flywheel setup there, but on a rudimentary level, it is all the same stuff. We're talking a single disc clutch as well as a single mass flywheel. So realistically, 2011 to 2017 all use the same exact clutch, and if you have a Mustang GT, it's even the same part number from 2011 to 2017. Now, moving on from the Gen 1 and Gen 2 cars, we have the Gen 3 cars, which utilized a twin disc clutch kit and a dual mass flywheel. Completely different than what we saw in any other generation of Mustang. Even the Coyote powered stuff hadn't seen this until 2018. Now, why did Ford make such a big change up from the prior generation of clutch kits? Well, there are a few different reasons that we can speculate. Ford really never, I guess, announced why they made these large changes to something and made everything a bunch more expensive. But I think we can really speculate that a lot of it has to come down to the issues that Ford saw, or that I guess mainly the users saw, when it came down to their MT82s. The MT82 isn't known to be the most robust transmission, and a lot of people, especially once added power to your Mustang, saw a lot of issues with that MT82.
Ooh, it's grinding again.
A lot of that also has to come down to the clutch selection that you make, which we're gonna go into a little bit later here in the video. But realistically, I think Ford definitely felt that there might have been some issues that they could help resolve by switching over to a dual mass flywheel and, of course, a twin disc clutch kit here from the factory. So let's go ahead and dive into a little bit why all of that matters so much and why Ford swapped over to it. Now, the big characteristics of a dual mass flywheel is that it helps dampen some of the engine harmonics from traveling down the rest of the driveline there, or basically any component that touches that flywheel through one way or another. We're talking input shafts, the internals of the transmission, your gears, your output shafts, and basically anything harmonically that could be translated down the line of your driveline. Now, another goal is also to help dampen the blow. Let's just say if you're sitting there revving up and you do a big clutch drop, that dual mass is supposed to help dampen the blow a little bit to the rest of your driveline as well. So ultimately, I really do think that Ford kind of put this dual mass flywheel in there to help give your guys' MT82 a little bit more life. Now, as far as why the twin disc clutch was used, it pretty much uses the same reasoning as why they use the dual mass flywheel, simply to help make the engagement of the clutch a lot smoother and to reduce the shock of that initial engagement has on the rest of the driveline. So ultimately, it kind of seems to really point fingers at trying to help that MT82 stay alive in the car, even when you add on a bunch more power. Now, another benefit to having that twin disc clutch from the factory is that it kind of tends to hold more power than that single disc clutch that we saw in previous generations. So it's kind of like Ford's giving us a hint of like, give this thing a little bit more, give this thing a little bit more, straight from the factory. So that is kind of a nice feature there. However, I guess the majority of guys out there are going big power with these cars anyways, so that little bit of extra power that you can hold with that twin disc clutch from the factory really doesn't mean too much, but for the guys who are going simple bolt-on, it's definitely nice to have a little bit more reassurance that your drivetrain is going to hold together when you add all that new power. Now, moving on from the 18 to 23 clutch kits, we have the 24 and up Mustang GT and Dark Horse clutch kits. Now, Ford once again decided to make some changes here, specifically with the flywheel this time. It's still a dual mass flywheel, however, they changed some of the dimensions around and some of the measurements around on some of the things on the flywheel. Most importantly here, we have a completely different ring gear here for the outside of it where the starter makes contact with it, and we also have a slightly taller flange in the back there where the flywheel mates up with the back of the crank snout. So with those two changes alone, these two will not work with each other. Don't know why Ford did those changes. Realistically though, the most important thing that you need to know is that the S650 is specific to the S650. The S550 stuff is specific to the S550. Now another important note with the 24 to 26 Mustang GT and Dark Horses, even though they use two different transmissions, so we're talking the MT82-D4 in the GTs and the Tremec TR3160 in the Dark Horses, they both use the same exact part number, clutch kit, and flywheel. So if you guys are going to buy an aftermarket version of that, just be aware that you are good to go as long as that flywheel and clutch will fit in a Mustang GT manual. It will also fit in a Dark Horse manual as well. That same rule also applies to the S550 where it comes down to the GT and the Mach 1. The Mach 1 does use a different transmission when it comes down to the manual cars, which is also that 3160 from Tremec, but it still uses that same clutch kit. Now with the history lesson out of the way, let's go ahead and crack into the aftermarket stuff when it comes down to the clutch kits for these cars. Now for Gen 1 and Gen 2 cars, you guys are in luck. There are a ton of clutch options for you guys. Specifically here at Lethal Performance, we have our LPX and LPX HD lineup of clutches, but if you're still looking for something that's a little bit more on the mild side, we also have the Street Warrior and the Street Fighter clutch kits available for you guys. And even if you want to still use your stock flywheel, we do have options for that as well. That's only really because it still utilizes that standard single mass flywheel on the 11 to 17 cars. It makes things a lot easier to make aftermarket clutch kits for, and of course, a lot less costly. Now when it comes down to the aftermarket clutch kits for you Gen 3 and Gen 4 Coyote-Powered guys, you are a bit more limited than you once were in the prior generations as far as clutch options. You realistically only can choose from either a twin disc or more clutch kit, and when it comes down to the flywheel, you're kind of limited on the material that you can possibly get it made from, simply because a lot of manufacturers have chosen to simply just make a single mass flywheel that much larger to essentially simulate the width that that dual mass flywheel would be if it was still installed on the car. Now, a lot of the aftermarket manufacturers have chosen to stay away from the dual mass flywheel simply because it adds a lot more cost to manufacturing, and it can tend to bring some reliability issues, especially when you're pushing a lot more power on your driveline. So with that, once you swap out to an aftermarket clutch kit, it does tend to lose those benefits that you once had from the dual mass flywheel, so things may get a little bit more aggressive, but that's why it's important to choose the right clutch for your application. And that brings up the main goal on why we made the LPXs and the LPX HDs the way that we did. Basically, we wanted a clutch that was a great in-between the RST McLeod disc and the RXT, with the RXT being quite a bit aggressive, especially when it comes down to street driving, and the RST being a little too soft on the track, basically having an organic compound there in the RST and a ceramic compound in the RXT. These here all utilize a special carbon Kevlar compound, which blends the two perfectly together. We have great drivability on the street and the great ability to hold a ton of power in high stress situations. They won't overheat, they won't start to slip when things get hot, but they still help engage things a lot smoother on your drivetrain, so you can hopefully help save the life of your MT82. Now the LPX and the LPX HD for the 18 and up cars both utilize a single mass flywheel, and you may be asking yourself, how can a single mass flywheel be so thick? Well, it's manufactured that way simply to simulate what the dual mass flywheel would look like if it was still installed in the car. It basically gives it the height that is necessary in order for all of the hydraulics to work in the correct fashion. And that's pretty much how the rest of the manufacturers do it too. They pretty much just have a flywheel that is super thick to essentially simulate what the dual mass flywheel would have been if it was still installed in the car. So to sum things up here for you guys, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Coyote-Powered Mustangs all utilize the same exact clutch and flywheel from the factory, which makes things a lot easier on the aftermarket side of things, and it gives you guys a ton more options on the aftermarket side as well, being able to choose what flywheel material you want, whether you want a twin disc, a single disc clutch kit, whatever your power goals may be, this clutch and a lot of other clutches will work for it. Gen 3 Coyote-Powered Mustangs, things get a little bit more tricky with the twin disc clutch kit and the dual mass flywheel. Now, with that being said, the aftermarket gets even worse, and you really are limited with your options when it comes down selecting an aftermarket clutch. Luckily, we also have an LPX clutch kit available for these guys as well. Now, for the Gen 4 Coyote-Powered Mustang owners, you'd think everything would be the same from the prior year, but it's not. The Gen 4 Coyote from 2024 to 2026 gets its own clutch kit and flywheel combination, so when you go to order an aftermarket clutch kit for your car, make sure that it's specifically for a 2024 to 2026 Mustang GT or Dark Horse. If you guys have any more questions or you want to check out our LPX line of clutches for your Mustang, feel free to click the link in our description, drop a comment below, or reach out with us at 561-753-8105. That was a lot of information. This has been Joe with Lethal Performance, and I'm out of here. Something that has worked